You gave a terrorist immunity? Hey, it's Susan. Welcome to tonight's episode of War Crimes Unit. Nice to see ya. Hey, don't forget to get a stun gun from Damsel in Defense. It could save your life one day. 7.5 million volts. It has a removable safety pin so it can't be used against you, and it's also rechargeable. Find one at the iSue's Home Shopping Mall on Facebook. Immunity to terrorist. I mean, this has got to be what's happened. I've learned this little word, this legal term, immunity, within the last few years. That's apparently when the Justice Department and the FBI just say, oh no, little terrorist, that's okay, as long as you give us information. We'll just forget all about this and we'll make you immune from anything that you've done in the past and anything that you've done in the future. Can you believe that? It exists. You can find cases like this online in other situations. When I was hanging out down in Tijuana, I saw on the internet, the Mexican media, that apparently they did this down in Mexico City. The American government, the United States government, did this in another case. And it didn't sound like that they let the Mexican government know about this ahead of time. They had given some cartel jackass some kind of legal immunity, and that comes from like the DEA and the U.S. Department of Justice. They gave this guy legal immunity, and they were concocting some shit down in a hotel in Mexico City. And when the military got a hold of it, okay, so that's the military in Mexico. So when they got wind of this, within like a couple hours, they shut this operation down. Apparently they arrested the jackass criminal that the United States government gave immunity to. Shut the whole operation down. Okay, so this appears to be the motive as to why the terrorist is still out roaming the streets. And why 2 court orders are not being executed. One on a state level, and one on a federal level. So the jackass terrorist, my ex-boyfriend, who is also an illegal alien, has a deportation judgment. They got that deportation judgment based on the report that I made to the Las Vegas FBI. FBI agent Darren Murphy said, I'll follow him for a while, see what he's up to. If I don't find anything, I'll see if ICE wants to pick him up. ICE picked him up. Senior Special Agent Peter Lazar arrested him, and when he was sitting at my dining table in March of 2005, him and Detective Bozek told me he had an immigration hearing the next month. I was able to get a copy of that deportation judgment when a news reporter got me a habeas petition that was going on. I didn't even know this case was going on, this habeas petition. But his deportation judgment is in there. He's supposed to be deported to Iran. Back in April of 2005, 9 years later, still has not been deported. He's also ordered to pay child support. That has never been enforced either, not even on a temporary child support order. And he was never properly identified for child support assets. He didn't provide ID when he took the test. That hasn't been resolved either, but there is an order for him to pay child support that's not being enforced. So the orders, the court orders in place are not being enforced. A child support order for my son and a deportation judgment. That's a pretty big thing. I mean, that's a pretty big thing for the DOJ and the FBI just to scam, man. Not following 2 judges' orders. But the trouble is that those orders were already set in place before he got let out of the North Las Vegas Detention Center. See, the child support order occurred somewhere between June of 2004, somewhere in that summer. Somewhere along there. There was a order for child support. And then the order for deportation occurred in April of 2005. So the order for child support occurred even before Senior Special Agent Peter Lazaro with ICE arrested him. I swear they've given this guy immunity. Oh, give us information. And like, we won't enforce a deportation judgment. We won't enforce a child support order. And apparently they're not enforcing a warrant that he's got down in Harris County, Texas either. So I guess that's three things. A warrant in Harris County, Texas that's believed to exist. A child support order and a deportation judgment. All thanks to the DOJ, the U.S. Department of Justice. What you think about that? Helping terrorists. Well, you know what? The DOJ and the FBI wouldn't have even had him in the first place to give immunity to had I not made that report to the Las Vegas FBI based on the recommendation of a detective in Dayton, Ohio, who is my neighbor. So the federal government wouldn't have him to gravy train and come up with all kinds of immunity shit had I not made that report. That's really shitty by the FBI and the DOJ. Immunity to terrorists. Can't enforce, can't arrest, can't do anything because of some immunity to criminals. Disgusting. It's tonight's episode of War Crimes Unit. Looks like the terrorist is going to be running around the United States for some time. All thanks to this immunity scandal, so you better get a stun gun and keep it handy, because there's real criminals and terrorists out there, or keep your machine gun handy. Don't forget to get one at the iSues Home Shopping Mall on Facebook. I'll see you next time.